You okay?
Yeah, I think so. I forgot how to do all this stuff. I had the thing, and I realized I hadn't downloaded the thing. I deleted it a friggin' year ago, and
What
then
thing?
I was like, oh wait, I don't have that installed. And so, like when you were like, I'm ready when you are, I'm like, ooh, and I had to like download and all that stuff. Thankfully, like it still had all the settings and things, so like
Mm-hmm.
all of the stuff I set up for the show is still in here. But yeah, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that was a scramble. Well, how are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty sure my new neighbor thinks I'm a. I don't want to say the word, but it rhymes with butthole.
It rhymes with butthole.
But it means the same thing. Yeah.
Asshole.
So I'm driving down the road on the way back from CVS. Michelle's with me, and an Uber Eats delivery coming, and it almost timed perfectly too. By the way, like it was going to arrive at the same time we were going to arrive, just about. And I'm coming up 535 off of what is that? I don't know the names of the interstates here, by the way.
I
There's
don't
the
either. I
turnpike, and then
still
there's
don't know.
four, right? That's it. You either get on the turnpike, or you get on the four, or you get on the 424 thing. And I
And I
don't
don't
know. And
even
then
think
it's
they
like,
call it the four here. I think that's
no,
a
they
West
don't.
Coast thing.
I'm pretty sure. and, and I anyway, I come off the interstate, and I get to this spot, and trying not to block the intersection. I come around, and I come up that lane that's the right hand lane that crosses under, kind of passes under the bridge there, under the
Hmm.
overpass. And I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about, but it's essentially the shoulder lane. It's not a shoulder; it's an actual lane. But basically, after the red light, after the light, you have to merge pretty immediately.
Uh-huh.
So it's really a relief lane to try to, and you're really supposed to use it, I guess, if you're having them. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. And it always
Okay.
feels silly to not use it if it's completely empty, because otherwise the cars are going to block the intersection coming off the interstate. It's a whole thing. So I decided I'm not going to block the intersection. I'm going to go use this lane. And there was one other person in that lane ahead of me. Okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
And I don't even know what kind of car it is. Little white thing, tiny, a little thing.
Yeah.
And I knew right away I knew there was going to be a problem, because they had a Universal sticker on their car.
Yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with Universal, really. I mean,
No,
there is,
but
but it's not. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't go advertising my support of it on my car.
yeah.
It's not even like a magnet; it's like a sticker. Like, really, a
Oh
sticker?
God.
I know.
An
Anyhow,
animal.
so the light turns green. I'm prepared. I'm in sports mode. I take off, because that person takes off. We're getting ahead of the traffic. You just got to get ahead of the traffic,
You gotta.
because otherwise you're now not merging. Anyway, so I do end up getting, and I do a zipper. I actually let him go, and then the guy next to me, I let him kind of start up ahead, and then I get to slip in behind him without getting anyone's way. It was great. But then I noticed the other lane was completely clear, so I went into the left lane. Anyway, I'm going into way too much detail. I I keep driving up the road, and 535. The whole that this is 5:36. No, I'm wrong. 7:30 p.m. ish.
Oh,
So traffic's it's heavy, but not crazy heavy. And as you approach my neighborhood, where there's a light, where where you know how to enter my neighborhood, there's a light there. That the traffic's moving at a fast clip. Typically, there, the speed limit's 40. It's Florida, so people do about 70.
yeah. Yeah.
And I've just been in this situation so many times where I'm in the right lane, and I get over to the right lane to make a right turn, like responsible distance away. And there's that one car ahead of you, and they stop at the light and they're going straight, and they could have been in the left lane, but they chose to be in the right lane, and so now you're gonna have to wait through the entire cycle of the light to turn right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the situation was, I'm in that left lane, and as I'm approaching the point where I know I need to get over here so I can make my right turn into my neighborhood, I noticed that white car is now back in that right lane, in that spot. And I have to make this decision. Okay, is this person, I don't know whether they're going straight or not, but they're driving at this speed where if I get behind them, I'm for sure going to catch this light red if they stop at the light. I could zip ahead and get ahead of them, but if they're not turning, I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
You know that move.
Right.
But I decided, I was like, okay, it's a little beater white car, and it's got a Universal Studios sticker on it. You know, and I'm just gonna. So I zip around. I get over, and I don't cut. Look, I'm not cutting anyone off. I'm giving proper distance. I even speed up more than I would normally go, like faster than I would normally go, so I can give a good amount of space. And I make the turn, and I know Michelle notices this because she's gripping onto things now. Because I make the turn faster than I normally would make the turn because I don't want to. If they're going straight, I don't want to get in their way. I don't want to impede, because I'm trying to not be a jerk. Okay.
Right.
So I turn, and they turn. Oh, okay. Well, and then it immediately occurs to me that I'm in the scene from Love Actually where the character, I forget his name. Anyway, he is at that wedding reception, and he tastes the food, and he's like, "Well, I don't like it." And he says to this woman, Nancy, he says, "You know, what's your name?" He says, Nancy. Okay. He's like, you know, he's basically just saying the food's terrible. And you go, "What do you do for a living?" She's like, "Oh, I'm a cook." And he's like, "Oh, I wish they had asked you to do this." And she says, "They did." And, "Oh, I wish you hadn't turned it down." I didn't. This is the moment I realize I'm in. Because it occurs to me, like, I've seen this car before. And so then I'm doing that thing. And I don't know if I'm sure I'm not the only one who's experienced this, but I'm driving and I'm making my turn, my normal turn. And then they make the same turn. I'm like, oh no. And then I make my next normal turn and they make that next normal turn. I'm like, oh no. And for a split second, I think to myself, well, maybe I'll just make an unusual turn. I'll turn somewhere I don't usually go. No, I'm not going to do that. I should have done it, Mark, because I come down the street. I even put on my blinker to go into my driveway, showing that I'm responsible. I turn into my driveway, narrowly missing
trying to shed that reputation that you just gained.
Narrowly missing the tree that we also have to talk about.
Oh, yes.
And I pull into the driveway, and I see them in my rear view pull into their driveway. It's the new neighbor across the street.
Oh, he's a new neighbor too.
He's a new neighbor. The people who lived there previously, who had a child and just started talking to us in the last 6 weeks that they lived there.
And then they left. That tracks.
This house has turned over twice since we've been here, and we've only been there since 2018. And so the person pulls in, and I know it's going to happen. I already know it. I know, and I hop out of the car. Michelle gets out of the car. You know, the food had just gotten delivered, so it was kind of and yeah, I get out. I have it on my Ring camera and my purple Ring camera, and I get out and I see him. He gets out and I can see he's looking back and he's in scrubs. He must work for a hospital. Okay. And I'm like, hey, wave, like, how you doing? Now, mind you, I've never met them for real, because the only time they're ever outside is when they're doing yard work. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to approach somebody in the midst of yard work because they're operating machinery and stuff. No, okay.
You don't want to startle them.
I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I said, hey. Marcus gives me this look like, you son of a, like,
That bad? Wow.
I mean, I went back and watched the tape, of course. And,
Of course you did.
And I tried to zoom in, and I can't. It doesn't
Not
seem
exactly
to last.
high-res cameras, but
In real life, it doesn't seem to last as long as it did. Like,
oh yeah,
tape.
absolutely.
I mean, like when it was in the moment, though, it was like, I think it was
the stare.
The stare lasts forever. And I turned to Michelle and I said, "Well, that was weird." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Like, don't validate that.
Tell me I'm crazy."
No." And then I get for a little further and I'm like, "You think that was weird?" She's like, "What? Like we were just talking. What do you mean? What? This?" And then I can't get a straight answer. Now I don't know whether she's trying to make me feel good, whether she really doesn't know what I'm talking about, whether I don't know anymore. I'm on my own now. He's gone. And I get in and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, well, great. Now I gotta wait for this guy to move." Like, I can't. What?
Start putting like flyers for other neighborhoods on his doorstep. We got to get this guy out of here.
What am I
We got
going
to
to
start over.
I mean, I've already got. What am I going to do? I don't want to have a bad relationship right from the beginning. And I was trying to do the right thing. And then I was thinking to myself, maybe I have to go explain. I have to go apologize and say, "Look, buddy, how the other day when this happened." And then I thought to myself, why do I have to do that? I was actually trying to do the right thing. All the decisions I was making was actually trying not inconvenience that person. I just didn't trust that they weren't going straight.
Right.
And I didn't want to get stuck at the light behind somebody with a universal sticker.
Because who does, really?
Maybe I'll put a Disney sticker on their car.
Well, yeah, they give us like 20 of those things. But maybe you should make a like a welcome basket, like welcome to the neighborhood, you know? And
okay. I did think of,
thing.
okay. So when that was happening, when they moved in, I did actually think about that. I tried to find information about them. I looked for, the sales information on the house. I was trying to figure out if I could, what can I find out about them so I can get an appropriate gift? Because nowadays you can't just buy somebody something. What are you going to do? What are you going to get? You can't get them food because they might have an allergy.
Right. True.
Or they might have some sort of dietary preferences. I mean, what am I going to do? Get them something like gluten-free, kosher, air? I don't know. Like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So
gluten-free kosher air would be a good. Good choice.
Well, I can get them a plant, but then I was like,
like, here, take care of this thing.
Who am I kidding? Like, I can't even tell you the last time I bought a plant. I don't even know how that. Do you need a permit for that? Like, I don't even know how that works. Probably easier in Florida to buy a gun than it is a plant.
Probably.
You can burn plants, no problem, apparently, but. So,
but yeah, and then there's something that they got to take care of, right? Like, it's giving.
Right, I don't want to burden them.
Like, here's a cat. This is now your problem.
Right. So I don't know what to do. Plus, it's not really my department. I don't think that. I think anywhere. I know a lot of things aren't spelled out in the vows that we take, but I am pretty sure that there's nowhere in any of the relationship contracts or the small print or anything that I'm the one who's supposed to buy the welcome to the neighborhood gift. Like, I'm pretty sure that I'm actually genetically not even able to do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know that I have the gene that would allow me to do it. I'm just not, I'm a good gift giver. I'm just
you have
not
to
a
know
good
the
gift.
person though. Yeah.
I'd have to know the person. Otherwise, I lock up, I freeze up. I can't just buy somebody a gift not knowing anything about them.
What would be a good just sort of generic? It seems like there would be something that
a tea towel.
The tea towel, yeah. You give them the decorative kind.
Decorative tea towel.
Yeah.
This is a symbolic gesture of my friendship. But now I don't know what I'm going to do now. Now it's like, now what?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could try to conspicuously drive conservatively in front of them. I don't know.
That's what I will do. I'm going to wait for him. I'm going to follow him to work one day. I'm going to wait until he leaves work. I'm going to get ahead of him somehow.
And be like, huh?
And then I'm going to
It's all
Or I'm
good,
going to wait
right?
to a situation where I have to like wave him in. And like, oh, go ahead. No, no, please go ahead. And then I have to somehow make sure that he knows it's me. So now I'm going to keep up with him the rest of the way. So he knows
You have
that
to
it's
put Disney
me.
stickers all over your car so that he knows it's you.
Right? Remember the Disney tags? Disney tag. That's just terrible. I mean, what a bad way to start.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
They
I guess it could be worse, but
So my other neighbor's leaving, apparently.
what are you running people off over there for?
Well, you know the other. I mean, I don't know. When's the last time we updated every? So Brian, no, not Brian, Matt across the street, catty corner to us, the one who I always like. I look to him. Remember, he was the Christmas light dude.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, good job. Yeah. He's gone, but not. He's like moved to a different neighborhood, and then he sold his house to some friends of his, apparently from Jersey, and. But I don't know that they've actually moved in because I don't see them ever. Except every once in a while I see people in the house. But never see their cars, never see them coming and going. Never seen them at the mailbox or working on their yard. I don't know what happens. Maybe they're just locked inside. I don't know. But
could be.
they're
Maybe
there
they're-
somewhere. They're there.
Maybe they're refugees or something.
Right. And then there's the people across, then there's the people we just talked about. And there's people directly across from us who are great people, the Australians,
Yeah.
Toby and her name. And
Toby's wife.
they're really nice, big family, fun, great people. I mean, great, across the street people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know.
Not
them,
anybody you
but-
want actually in your life, just next to your life.
I think I would. They're fun. They're like nice, it seems like really nice people. There's just like they've got a house full of kids and a driveway full of cars. I don't think they have any more room. I think if we came in, it'd be like a little clown car. We're like, okay, yeah. So,
Oh yeah, because I remember seeing them when we would go to your house to
Halloween.
do the Halloween thing. Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's a lot of cars over there,
Yeah.
and that's like normal. That's because that looked like there was
They
an
have all the
event
kids-
going on.
Well, I think all of their kids except one drive now, and I think they all have a vehicle. So this thing that's like it's like I told you, it's like Dick Van Patten but Australian. It's like 8 is enough reference. Anyway,
Oh yeah, yeah. I gotcha.
so
I was trying to come up with an Australian version of Dick Van Patten. and
I
just
think
came
they're
up with nothing.
moving. I think they're moving. They've told Michelle that they're moving or something, and I think apparently he's got his realtor license or something. So of course, I don't know how long it'll take then, but there's this branch. They have a tree on their side. They have a tree that is between the sidewalk and the street.
Oh,
So it's one of those like community trees, but you're supposed to
Yeah.
still take care of it because it's
because if you don't, who will?
right. And we have one on our side, sort of not exactly directly across, but practically directly across. And we've had, when we've trimmed our trees, we've had that tree trimmed and so forth. Their tree has grown this branch that has decided to essentially point a finger at my driveway so I know where to park when I'm on my way home. It has extended. It's like this poltergeist-like branch. You remember the tree that like reaches in and tries to snatch the
yeah.
kid in Poltergeist? It's like that practically.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes across.
So it's not
the
like
street.
a benevolent int sort of thing. It's more.
It
of
might
a
be. No, I think
poltergeist.
it might be. It might be nice. I don't know.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
it might
better to think of it that way than it's.
It's
not
kind of
quite as-
pointing at the driveway, telling me, "Hey, I saved you a spot
Park
right here.
there.
It's right there." Right. And the thing is that it keeps growing, and it's coming down, and so now it's so low that where Michelle pulls her car because she parks on the right side, I park on the left. This branch like runs across her roof every time.
Oh, like touches it,
Yeah, it's that low.
and it's from across the street.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Holy crap!
Right.
That's like
So
a
here's-
15-yard limb.
I know. And here's the
with
thing.
that?
Like, I know. I'll take a picture and show it to you because you won't believe it otherwise. I know that they know. There's no way you don't know that this branch is a problem. Every once in a while, a FedEx truck will drive by, and I'm like, "Yeah, break that branch!" And it hits it, and it's a wonk, wonk, wonk. No, it's just worse now.
Mm.
If it rains, it's really bad.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and I
Wow,
don't know
that's
what to do.
crazy.
And I can't. I was thinking I can actually reach it now. It's extended far enough over and down that I can really tiptoe and reach it. And I was thinking, well, maybe I could grab it and like bend it around, like take it back across the street where it belongs, and like tie it up somehow around the tree.
It twangs out and smacks.
I'm like, yeah, no,
something.
I'm gonna end up getting. Someone's gonna get hurt. Someone's gonna get hurt. I can't do this. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't. So do I say something? Here's the thing. Toby, I'm probably projecting this, but super nice guy. Not, I wouldn't say he's gregarious. He's friendly. He's engaged in conversation, but he's not a lingerer. He's kind of like perfect that way. It's like hey, how you doing? Great to see you. Everybody good? Okay, yeah, but okay, see you later. Perfect.
Oh yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Perfect. If he was in a store, if he worked in a clothing store, he'd be the kind of person who comes up and says, "Hey, you know what? Let me know if you need anything. I'm going to be over here. I'm going to leave you alone.
Right.
But if you need anything, I'm right over here." Okay.
Not one of those.
Okay.
What can I show you, guys?
Yeah, no, like let me show you this
Screw
thing.
those
What are you
guys.
doing? So what are we doing? What are we here for? Okay, so
What do
I know. Where are we going?
we need to get up out my face? Is what we need to do.
What are we drinking? What are we drinking? So I don't know what to do about this because I don't want to say I don't want to ruin the relationship. I don't want to say, hey, about this tree. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's it's kind of a problem. I don't know what to do. But if I don't say something, I'm afraid the new neighbors will come eventually at some point, and then I can't start off that relationship like this.
Yeah.
I can make the first thing we talk about the problem tree in the front yard.
Ooh, maybe like you can catch it in a transitory phase, like after they've moved out, but maybe they haven't sold yet.
Oh, then report it to like the neighborhood association or something?
Yeah, and be like, hey, this happened. And then the new people come in while that is either has been done already or is already a thing that's going on. Like, and they don't have to worry about nobody was accusatory about it or anything like that.
Yeah.
It depends on, I guess, how long it is until Toby and his Australian family leave. Because I don't know how long you're willing to put up with this.
That's the other thing. At some point, it's going to be in the mailbox, and then I won't get mail because the post office
stuck
people
in the ground.
If there's any kind of any impediment at all, if there's a tree frog sitting 6 feet away from the mailbox, they're not coming to deliver mail.
I know. Yeah.
So I don't know what to do, but it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, if it's touching your car from across the street, that's crazy.
Well, it's when you back out. It's not like when it's parked, it's okay. It's when you back out of the driveway. As soon as you get to the point where, you're crossing the sidewalk, the curb cut there to the street next to the mailbox, it's hitting the roof.
It's
of the
right
car.
there.
Yeah.
So it's not quite over your property yet.
I mean, yeah, maybe it is. I'll have to look. I'll verify it tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll verify it tonight. I can't even if I wanted to take care of it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a big enough branch, I can't do it myself. I could trim off the little piece that's like pointing down, but then you have this. Then it's
you just kind of kick the can down the road too, like it's going to be right back in about a month.
Right. And so I can't. It's too big of a branch to cut it like in the middle of the street because then I'll need serious tools, and it's the middle of the street.
Tools that you're never going to use again. And yeah, exactly. You can't be there for the amount of time it takes to cut down the tree. Because...
right. And then I don't know. So if what am I going to? I could hire a tree person to come and do take care of the tree, but it's not on my side of the street. Like it's not. I don't even know that I have permission to go cut someone else's tree. Like I know the rule generally is if it's over your property, that you can cut the piece that's over your property. You're
Yeah,
fine to
but
do
at this
that.
point,
But it's
that's like you can use nail clippers for that. I mean, it sounds like it's maybe encroaching on your property by an inch or two, if that.
I'll find the video and some pictures and send it to you.
Definitely,
Yeah,
because I need to see this. That's crazy. That
I
is an
know.
amazingly large tree, or a long. Is it just
Long,
one
it's a
long
long-
branch, or the whole
It's a
thing?
long branch. No, it's
Is it
just a long. It's a branch that's in
weirdly
like
long
another
branch?
feeder. Like another branch came off of that branch, and that branch decided to go down. I don't know why.
Oh.
I guess like in its search for light, it decided, oh look, headlights.
It grew toward the Knapp residence.
It did.
They're such
light-
beings of
Oh,
radiant
the
light.
Exactly.
As they are known for.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So tell me about. Tell me. I gotta. Tell me about the butter plug.
The butter plug. Oh, this was the weirdest thing. I know that you enjoyed getting that pin.
I did.
Like I got the other day. Emily came home with some. I drink milk, or cereal and whatnot, and they were out of the normal, I guess, kind.
Oh, well, wait. Can we just stop there for a second? I like how you just added the cereal part because you felt like leaving it alone. If you just said I drink milk, that's too weird.
It is kind of.
As a grown man, like I mean, because you're either Mormon.
I mean, it's not
or
because I have to admit I haven't had a glass of milk.
I was
in
going
a
to say,
long
when's the last
time.
time you sat down with a glass of milk and just drank? A glass of
Unless
milk?
I have just taken some chocolate chip cookies out of the oven, in which case it's
that's-
time for
that's-
milk and cookies.
of course.
That's fine, but not
Yeah.
like by itself or as part of a meal or anything like that. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've
Right.
actually had
So-
a glass of milk like that. But
So I appreciate that. But with cereal, yeah.
so
good
yeah,
milk.
so cereal, milk, and I usually get whole milk because honestly, if you're not drinking whole milk or skim milk, you're wasting your time.
What do you?
Because 2% and 1%, like whole milk is like 3.25%. Like, what's the point? And it tastes so much better. So unless you're wanting to cut it completely out with the skim, you might as well do whole because there's
I mean,
really
why not
not that
heavy
big of a
cream
difference.
while we're at it? It's just
Well, that's like
heavy
20%.
whipping
That's worse. That's so much worse. And then half and half is half of that. But and half the other thing. But yeah, so she got an organic milk, organic whole milk from the Publix.
Oh.
And
gallon or half gallon? Was it in the
was a
cardboard
gallon.
container or in a plastic?
no, it was in the regular plastic sort of container.
Plastic, okay.
Yeah, so it was a gallon of milk.
I'm with you.
And then I opened it up, and I'm staring at solid.
Stop.
And so I'm like, ew. Like, uh-oh. Right?
No.
But the thing is,
you got like a milk zit.
but it's not. It's not. That's my point. Is like,
Oh.
but I'm not smelling anything. What's going on?
No,
here?
it's just like congealed or something,
No, what it is
right?
is, I guess the
Don't tell me it's
van
on purpose.
or whatever had been shaken around
Uh-huh.
enough that it churned the top like inch of the milk into butter. And it was straight up a plug of butter in the top of this milk jug. Yes, yes, it was.
no. I mean, it's fine if that's what it is, but there's no chance. What did you do? Pop a straw through it? Like did you scoop
Well,
it out and put it on your bread?
I poked it with a knife, and
Is
then
it
I
a
tried to
lot?
like pry it out or whatever, but it's not solid enough to do that. And so I like poured a big like
No.
pint of milk until the plug came all the way out. And I smelled everything. Everything looked fine. And then it was the weirdest thing. I've never seen that before in my life.
You know why? Because it's evil. You don't want that. Did you really? You continued.
Yeah,
you drank this milk.
It was fresh. It was fine. And it was clearly, had a lot of milk fat in it because it can churn into butter. But it sure did. It's just the top, like I said, about an inch and a half at the top, like right at the opening. Had
It's like a baby's wax plug when they have their first poop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. But in your milk.
Right. It's my milk.
That's weird. It's like maybe they do it to preserve it. Maybe it's on purpose.
I guess it's possible.
It's a feature,
would,
not a
I
bug.
suppose, seal it. I mean, it looked like smooth across the top. Like it wasn't. Like I would think that if it was churned, that it would be kind of wavy and not terribly sort of organized. But yeah, it was a plug of butter. It was the butter plug. But it's the weirdest thing. I've never seen it before in my life. Weird.
Yet you can. How long ago was this? This was in.
I can't remember when I sent you the thing.
It was back in April.
Because I sent it to you right after it happened. So whenever that was.
You didn't take a picture of it, did you?
I didn't. I should have.
Well, yeah. What are you doing? You got to document this for science.
Yeah, I really did. I should have. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
But yeah, at first I was like, "Oh God, this has become demon milk." And
but
it was like, but I like smelled it and it was like, "Wait a minute, this smells fine. What's going on here?" And I was like, "Oh,
did you taste it?
Did this just?"
You didn't taste it.
You're
tempted to taste
tasted a little off of the knife, and it was like it didn't taste like anything. Well, have you ever made butter? Have you ever like actually churned butter? Like if you don't put any salt in it, it doesn't taste like anything.
No, I think I've just made I made whipped cream before, but not butter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and butter is just something that you can make in your KitchenAid or whatever. It's real easy. Usually you'll want to do something a little more fatty than whole milk, like you'd want to use like whipping cream or half and half or something like that. But you'll just get more out of it. But whole milk will do it. It just takes longer.
It's so weird.
It's the weirdest thing, man.
So weird.
And I guess and it was the first time we had organic milk, which is stupid because all milk is organic. Good Lord Almighty.
No, but it doesn't have like it's.
Yeah, I know what it means, but
it's cows
use the
that
word
are fed
organic for that.
nice things, silly. and they live on a meadow that looks like.
And they read in Shel Silverstein books.
It's like hilly, and it's got exactly, and it's got. It looks like that. Remember the background on the windows on Microsoft Windows?
Yeah. It's a place in Canada, I think.
I think so, yeah. It was like that. That's where organic milk comes from.
Yeah, from
those
organs.
fields of green organs.
No,
but you haven't gone back. You haven't tried to repeat it by getting organic milk again.
No, we haven't. And I guess that's a good way of checking to see if it was done on purpose, is to get another from that brand. So I may have to do that next time. I'll get the same brand and see if that's just the thing they do. It's like, here's a butter plug just for you, and at no extra cost, which is not true because organic is so much more expensive.
I don't think butter plug. It doesn't sound. It makes it sound. I don't know.
Well, that was kind of on
nastier
purpose.
than it even was. The butter plug. This is wrong.
It's a what now? No, butter plug.
Yeah, no.
Unsalted butter.
Well, speaking of which,
sorry. Speaking of what?
Speaking of groceries.
There. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll get the other thing later. I'm in the grocery store recently, and this guy. First of all, I'm shopping with Michelle, and she does this thing that just gives me such great anxiety, which is I get to the lane that I'm going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm committed to a lane, and I'm waiting for the person ahead of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes off on an exploration to find something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, we probably have enough time, but now, like, what if what if we're waiting for her when it's all said and done?
Oh yeah,
I can't live with that kind of anxiety. It's the worst. So,
You have
People,
anxiety over deviating from grocery store protocol does not surprise me in the least.
well, oh, and Michelle and I, we almost need counseling after grocery shopping every time. Like it is like the state of our relationship is pretty apparent when we're grocery shopping together. Because if it's a good week, then like everything's fine. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think we seem like normal people. If it's like a week where I'm a little edgy,
Mm.
then I'm I'm just she can do no right.
Mm. At least you're able to be aware of that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's something.
it's not objectively like a good. Anyway, and I own it. And I tell her like this is I just guess that's gonna be okay. So I have rules. I'm not gonna go through the rules right now, but
That's disappointing.
one of the rules generally should be a new rule: don't walk away looking for something when I'm committing to a line, because
Mm.
this is what could happen, which did happen.
Mm.
It's time that the person ahead of me has advanced enough that I get that little 4 inches of space that now
Yeah.
means I can be in process. Game on
Right.
now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I get my little I think he even had put down the little the separator thing, which apparently is invisible to the actual people who work at the grocery store, but to those of us in the
I've
aisle,
had that happen
we
too.
see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know why it's yellow, but anyway.
Like to
Have
me,
you
that's
seen?
like that's an
You guys
unbreakable contract. That's like
It's right here. This is the
when
divider.
you've
Like
put it up, that
our
means
stuff ends.
you
Yeah,
are not putting any more stuff on there, and the next person is able to go. And
right. But I'm talking
the
about the signal
cashier
to the
must
cashier,
stop.
right? The
Yeah. Oh yeah.
cashier,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
like
just
when
saying,
you
there's
get
a
to this thing, that's
lot of
it.
aspects to that
Yeah,
little divider
that
thing.
one little
Yeah.
thing. Yes, it's like this talking stick kind of thing. So
Yeah. It's the conch.
yeah, that was it. What's it called? A haunch? A conch? A conch? Con-
Conch from
yeah, the shell, right? Like the
from Lord of the
Lord of the
Flies.
Flies. Yeah. Okay.
Piggy had the
So
conch, and he died.
I called. I used to. So Michelle, like there's two people in her life who have are okay to call her Shell. She's probably gonna hate that I'm saying this, but otherwise she hates it.
I
Hates it,
understand that. Yeah.
right? And sometimes I'll say I'm like the only one who get away with saying Shelly,
Oh
like
wow.
right? And we had a friend of ours a while back, not a friend anymore, who I guess heard me call her that. Like it's kind of a term of endearment between us.
Yeah.
But she then started calling her that, and it drove
Ooh,
Michelle
see.
crazy. I know.
Yeah. You can't encroach.
I know. I shouldn't have brought that out to the public. But anyway, I one time I found out where the line is for Michelle, and that's because I called her conch one time.
Conch.
Like shell, like a shell.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And she was like, "Yeah, it's not funny." Okay, now we know where the line is. Okay, we know where the line is. So
Can't
that was
name
in the
specific shells.
was the
No
first
good.
week, right? Exactly. So
Nautilus.
so I said anyway, so I'm in the line and I start to put myself up and then oh my gosh, the guy starts talking to me.
Why is that happening now?
Not the cashier, which is his own problem.
Okay.
But this
Yeah.
is this
We
is
got to
the
talk
shopper.
about that too.
This is the fellow shopper starts
Mhm.
talking to me. Like, okay, let's just exchange pleasantries and then like I'll acknowledge your existence, you acknowledge mine. Namaste. Okay, like now get back to your regular
Yeah.
programming. Okay.
Get on your side of the conch.
Oh my gosh. He is looking. Oh, I see that you got
Oh.
what was it? It was oh my gosh, it was the most ridiculous thing in the world.
Commenting on your
it
choices.
hummus that I had bought. Like, oh, I like to put that's what it was. Oh, the hummus. Oh, this is what I got. Like, sometimes they like to put, pine nuts in the hummus and stuff,
Mhm.
but pine nuts are so expensive. So he's like, oh, I buy this bag of, he's just showing me this bag of, I don't know even what it was. Like, sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds. I buy sunflower seeds and I put it in because you get the nice crunch and saltiness like the pine nuts, but it's not as expensive. Pine nuts are expensive and people like pine nuts in their hummus. I'm like, stop.
Dude. Like, I don't know that
I'm
I
not
would
like,
dig
stop.
that.
Inside, I'm like,
I
stop.
know you
and,
didn't.
and I'm like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. I like the Wizard of Oz. I like the Tin Man. Like, like, stop. So he's just going on. I don't know what to say. What do I say? I can't, like, he's got a lot of stuff. We're going to be here together for a while. I can't just be like, dude, I'm not talking to you, because now I'm that guy for the rest of this period of time.
Right.
And I don't want to really super engage and really talk to him, because now I'm encouraging it. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
You're
trying to
enabling.
walk that line between polite indifference, but
Mm-hmm.
not indifferent to you as a human being. But he wants to keep going on about things and talking about things. And then I just wanted to shout at him, there's nothing that is even close to resembling sunflower seeds are not pine nuts. They're just not even the same darn thing. They're not even close. They're not even nuts. They're seeds.
Yeah, true. It's right there in
I
the
mean,
name.
I was gonna make a joke like, "Oh, it's better than the shell." Put him. And I'm like, "No, Jason, stop! Don't invite more. Don't invite more."
You're going to make it worse.
Right? And I just don't understand.
He's going to invite himself over for dinner.
So I was thinking, what we need is a talk-free line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you got the 12 items or less, and you got
why can't we have a no talking
nobody
lane?
talks. Yeah.
They have they have the lanes that don't have any junk food. No impulse buy lanes for children. I don't know if they do that anymore.
I didn't know they had those.
No, they did at one point. I don't think anyone cares anymore about children. They're just like,
And
what? Feed them
I
whatever
think
you
the-
want. Butter
I think
plugs,
the
whatever you have.
the stores probably found that they were losing money. on that.
Yeah. They're not buying the impulse Snickers. Impulse Snickers. Got to give them the impulse Snickers. So
Impulse is here.
they don't. They should have that kind of rule, and they don't.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember on this occasion whether this was one where the grocery cashier person talked to me. I was so traumatized by the experience with that guy that so that happened.
That's the other thing too, is that I don't know who's decided to talk to cashiers and say, you now should engage people in conversation, like not just, hey, it's a nice day today, but like the numbers of times that I've been to the grocery store, and this has happened too, has been a great many. And Emily tends to go during the day while I'm working because it's less crowded and she can get in and out real fast. And she says it happens pretty much every time that she goes. And that's that the cashiers not only like engage you in conversation, but they'll comment on like the items that that you're purchasing. And what is the point of that? Like, oh, that looks like that's yummy. I mean, it seems very forced, and like they're trying to come up with something to say about your asparagus, and it's taxing, and it's kind of probably stressful for them too, because the directive has come down from on high that they need to provide running commentary with your food items. And like,
then come up with a skit, like have the food talk to each other or something. Like, tell jokes like, hey, what did the asparagus say to the broccoli? I don't know, like something.
What did the asparagus say to the
I don't know. This is not my job.
Would I look like a cashier?
Would I look like a cashew? I'm full of
Is that what it
legumes.
said? Is that what the asparagus said to the broccoli? What do I look like, a cashew? That's fantastic. That's perfect.
Do you smell too? I don't know what he says.
Oh, man.
No, it would be what did the broccoli say to the what did the broccoli say to the asparagus? Smell you later.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's
That
not
makes
bad
sense.
for asparagus jokes. Where were we? I mean, I think this happened. So there was a kind of a corollary to this, or I don't know what that. When we were at dinner, we had the dinner experience. Your birthday. We
Oh,
allowed to talk about that?
our dinner experience. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I thought you meant like after you left the grocery
Our
store.
waitress,
Yes.
our waitress did that thing where she after she finished taking the orders, she
Oh,
went
right.
down to the head of the table and then announced to the group what each one of us got.
Yeah, that was the weirdest
And
thing.
it wasn't like she was reciting it from memory. She had it on paper. It's like she was just saying it again to make
But it was
sure that she got
oddly
it right.
announce-ish.
So you're having the such and the gentleman's having that, and the man, the lady's having blah blah blah,
And then she's
you're-
pointing to everybody while
and
she
you got
says
the
it.
thing, and you got the, and if you ask for anything special, like she's gonna tell it to everybody that, oh, by the way, guys, he likes this. You know, he likes this sauce on the side. I don't know why I yelled that, but like, yeah, like it's.
But yeah, it was very weird. It was.
It's not like it's a secret. It's a menu. We're all ordering from the menu. But like,
Yeah.
okay, the nice neighbor, our neighbor. Oh, what was I? Neighbor number. I can't remember the numbers.
Oh, neighbor number one.
Neighbor number one, who I had the pleasure of meeting.
Yes. Well, neighbor number one.
She made the smart move.
Yeah.
She made the smart move and went with the double appetizer situation.
Mm-hmm.
Smart move. That was a good move. But she had, like, the waitress announced it, like, and so you're having this and you're having the such and such appetizer for dinner. I'm like, why do you say it like that? Just say what she's having. Just say,
Right.
and you're having the grilled octopus or whatever it was for dinner.
Yeah.
Say that. You don't have to say, oh, and she's not getting a real entree.
Right. Somebody's cheap over there.
Somebody's
yeah.
smart.
Yeah. But I mean, like, just the oddness of how she would go down to the end of the table. There was like a place designated for announcing everyone's choices.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was also like weirdly, like, she was chipper. Like, and there was nothing wrong with her. We tipped her a lot. I mean, she was. Right. I thought she was very nice. Mm-hmm. She did a great job, but it was that weird thing there, and the thing.
The tip was included, right?
Yeah, I mean, we
you added to 20. It. I was to make sure you didn't like double it.
Oh no. But I wanted to like throw in some extra to bring it up because it's 18%, which is kind of it's like oddly not round, and that kind of bothers me. So I'm like, I'll put an extra 2%
like
in there.
18.3.
Well, that's true.
I know what you mean.
But
I know what you mean.
I like that 0 at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, she would go up there, and then she also like used the word okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Far more frequently than I think anyone over the age of 12. Probably should.
I don't think you. I don't know that. I don't look. I don't want to judge people who maybe have that phrase in their life. It's not a phrase that's in my life.
Yeah,
it's not a phrase I've even heard probably since second grade. But okie dokie. It wasn't okie doke. I've heard okie doke, but okie dokie. That's like taking okay. There's okay. There's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back. There's all right. That's agreeable. All right. I ascend to that. Like, and then there's okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
right.
That works.
Okay.
Use that a lot.
And then, okie doke. No, okie doke. Okie doke. A little playful.
Yeah. There's a certain personality to it
either.
Yeah.
But if you and I were doing something and I said okie doke, you would probably look at me like, what?
That was interesting.
Okay, that was weird, but okay.
We're not going to talk about from the Midwest.
But then
it's a very Midwest thing to say. Okie doke.
Okie doke. I'll take a pop. But it don't. But okie dokie, and to hear okie dokie like at least three times, right? We heard it. We had to have heard it 3 times.
We just about every time she came out, when somebody would say something like anything that was not like it began with the diner person. Like if she said, "What do you want to eat?" and you gave her what you wanted, then she wouldn't say it then. But if you were like, "Hey, can I get some more water?" or can I get an extra set of silverware or something like that? She'd be like, "Okie dokie."
Okie dokie.
And it was just like, wow.
Really? Okie dokie.
And I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with her.
Okay. There's the other thing that she did.
Do I know about this?
When I was asking, I think she brought over my drink, And I said, "Thank you." As a normal person would say, "Thank
Yeah.
you." And she says, I'm pretty sure she says, "My pleasure, ma'am." And I thought to myself, well, maybe she said, "My pleasure, man."
My
Maybe that's
pleasure,
what she said.
dude.
My pleasure. Like, my pleasure, man.
Thank you. Word
But
up.
I paid attention to the rest of the dinner, and to all the ladies, she always said, "My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure, ma'am." Like, she never said, "My pleasure, man," to the guys.
Right.
I'm
I
like,
wonder if it's one of those things where it's like,
"Have a nice trip, man. You too." Like, if you're
yeah,
not
yeah. It's
going,
like,
yeah, yeah.
how you
Enjoy the
doing? Not
movie. You
much.
too.
What?
Right. I know, but it wasn't even that we. That's what you acknowledge it immediately. Like, she just rolled with it. My
Yeah.
pleasure,
I
ma'am.
mean,
And she's like, "I mean, sir." Like, it wasn't even that. No, she just left it hanging out there.
yeah.
Okie dokie.
That's what you should have said. My pleasure, man. Okie dokie.
I think that's when
I
I
got some of that
immediately
too.
texted you. I'm like, I don't know what she did. My pleasure, man. I don't know.
That would be pretty funny.
It was a
My
problem.
pleasure, homie.
But there's been one thing that has been on my mind since almost since I last saw you. We didn't talk about it that day. Well, because I think we want to talk about it now, and you may not even remember. But it was the guy at the end of the row. The guy at the end of the
Oh,
row.
at the
Coke.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the movies. Yeah.
Did
What
you?
happened?
Did you?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. Right. Oh,
I don't
right.
know.
Right.
It's
Okay.
been a
So
mystery.
it's not really like anything crazy, but it was just like, what? Because a lot of confusion. We went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at
Which I enjoyed.
Sinopoli, which is a place where you also order food
Yeah.
at the movies and like dining food. And the guy at the end of our row, there was some sort of confusion, and two waiters had to be involved over there. And this is during the movie, which made it even better. But apparently, what this guy ordered, and I think it may have been the only thing that he ordered. I don't know if he may have gotten popcorn. I know he didn't have a meal,
Okay.
but he ordered, and I heard him say it, a Coke and a bottle of Coke.
No.
He straight up wanted
Should
a
he say a
fountain
Coke?
Coke.
I mean a bottle of Coke. No, he said like
He wanted a fountain Coke and a Coke in a glass bottle. Like, I guess that was on the menu because there was some reason he knew that they had those.
okay.
But like, so I think the waiter was just like, he heard
Wow.
Coke, and so
Yeah.
he brought the bottle of Coke
Oh,
because he heard the
bottle
bottle.
thing,
He
not- 'cause
heard the bottle, and he was like,
He
"Where's-"
thought the guy said a Coke. I mean a bottle of Coke.
Right, exactly.
That's what he-
Coke, a
yeah,
bottle
yeah.
of Coke. Like, that was clarifying what kind of Coke he wanted. So he brought in the bottle of Coke, and then the guy asked him, "Where's my Coke?" And then like that shut.
Is this a trick question? Like, it's in your hand.
Exactly. It's like the
Where's my Coke?
what? You know, it's like I'm looking at a Coke right now. What? And it was the weirdest thing, man. And I've never seen anybody do that. And the fact that like he was honestly getting like a little like perturbed that they were
guy-
not. Whoa.
You weren't like. So how long? I mean, did he then explain like? No, I mean the cup of Coke.
No, I think. Well, I think he was like, I wanted. It was hard to tell because it was all the way at the end of the row, but he clearly was upset that they misunderstood him, and so he, like the other guy went back and clearly got another guy, and he was like, I need somebody else, I guess, to witness this because nobody's going to believe this.
So the attendant went and got back.
Right. It's like, maybe you can figure out what he's talking about. And he came back, and eventually it was
Which guy came back? Like the backup or the initial attendant?
The attendant and the backup both showed
it's
up.
like two. Now the two cops are rolling in.
There were
okay.
two waiters down
Yeah,
there.
this is great.
And it was.
And then you get the third waiter comes. Hey, you got nothing to do. They're coming into like, okay, so what do we got here?
Because they're up at the top and they're like, what's going on down there?
What do we got here? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it was, but it was, and I guess I was just following this, and it's like there's part of the movie that I completely missed because I was engrossed in whatever's going on over here, and they finally, I guess, figured out that the guy was ordering a Coke and a bottle of Coke, and it's like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever. And why? Like when he brought the bottle out, it wasn't very big. It was not the. It's not a plastic bottle. It was a glass bottle.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming
like
it's one of those. It's kind of like the Mexican Coke or whatever that's got the cane sugar.
Did they pop the cap for them or something, or do you leave the cap on? Maybe
collect
them.
There, I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention as to how they open. I would imagine it was open.
Did he have anybody else with him?
No, he was by himself. Which
that's even weirder.
I don't know. It kind of makes sense.
You don't even have enough cup holders to take care of that situation.
That's true. Yeah, I guess.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of cup holders.
Uh-oh.
What was with that sticky ring of nastiness? That
I couldn't tell. Like it wasn't even sticky. It was shiny. And only on parts, and it looked like it had been worn off.
Why? Okay, now explain why you know it wasn't sticky. So
let's
go back up. It's this. It's the cup holder. This is the cup holder thing in the seat, and it's black, and like looking at it with the naked eye, it clearly is going to be sticky. Like it's got that, there's the black sheen, and then there's like something that looks sticky on the black sheen. And I comment on it, and you touch it, and you're like, oh no, it's not sticky. What if it was sticky? Who does that? Like, why were you like? It's not even.
If it was, then I would be able to wipe it off.
With what? You don't have your little nappy. What do we do? You don't have a. What do you have?
I'd get one of the people to do it, like while they're going back to get the fifth Coke for that guy.
God. You got the sticky finger.
But it was just like it wasn't it was like some kind of varnish that maybe.
You didn't know. My point was you didn't know. It was this
which is why I explored. I wanted to find out. I wanted the data.
Touch it. Don't. No. Then you're gonna get stickiness all over your 3D glasses that you don't need.
Yeah, that's.
I felt so bad.
That whole trip to the movies was fraught with.
We go into the movies and there's clearly like regular glasses and children's 3D glasses on a table, like
outside of our theater,
high top style table with a little with a nice like red tablecloth over it. Here are your 3D glasses going into the theater here, and none of us expected this to be a 3D movie.
Right,
but
like, I didn't know.
I guess whatever. It is. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Right. So we all grab glasses. We go in, and then we're waiting, and like we're watching the previews, and at some point I'm waiting for like the 3D previews to start, where they say, "Okay, please put on your glasses," right? And it never happens.
That never happened.
Playing. It's not in 3D. Well, but what I worried about was that when we walked into the theater carrying our 3D glasses, did the rest of the theater look at us and think, those chumps? Like, what do they think they're here to see a 3D movie?
We walked right by some people that were working there, and we were talking about, wow, I didn't realize this one was 3D. I'm glad we got the glasses and blah, blah, blah. Like they heard us talking about 3Dness.
Maybe they didn't want to disappoint us.
Like if we put on the glasses and we were just like, well, the 3D, I didn't find the depth to be very... But it looked great. I mean,
like, you know what? Until they're in my section, I'm not saying anything.
Right. And I felt bad because I opened them up, and I was like, well, I guess the movie's starting, so I better get the glasses out. And then the movie is in
sticky fingers,
flat as a piece of paper, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is in 3D.
And then what do we do with them? What do we do?
You can't put them back after you've opened them.
No, you opened them. You broke the seal. You stuck it. We just touch it with your sticky fingers. Nasty. My goodness.
That was There was so much going on.
It was weird, right? Now I
At the
felt
movie
bad. Like
theater.
they're going to run out of glasses. Not going to have enough for when it is 3D.
Yeah, they're gonna have it completely full, and there's gonna be 4 that like no glasses.
It's all the children ones and 4 adult ones. It's like,
Damn it!
and so
What
all these
happened?
people are using like opera glasses the whole time.
Yeah,
Watch
they've got
the movie.
the child glasses, and they're like jammed on, and they're all like bent. And
Like flaring back. Yeah. Oh, that's the best. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It was a good movie though. I liked it.
it was very good.
It was entertaining.
Very, very good.
Um oh no. Did I just oh no. Hope I didn't
Delete
just delete
something.
the wrong thing. Yeah. I'm clearing out the stuff here and I well we'll never know. The world will never know.
I guess not.
I did have another tree thing I wanted to tell you about.
Oh, more tree related.
Well, okay,
Incidents.
there's this so I'm on my walk
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting close to home and I'm coming up to the neighbor's house, the neighbor who had like the best property in terms of like how they took care of it, how it looked. It's impressively maintained. Best in the neighborhood. And they moved. I don't know if they died and moved. Well, wait, that doesn't sound right. I don't think. Maybe they're still there.
You don't know if they died in movie.
Maybe they died in state. I don't know. I actually have their furniture. Yeah, you heard me.
You have their furniture.
Well, yeah, because apparently they were doing like this estate sale, and so the Michelle went over, and she was like, "Oh, there's this thing I really like," and then I'm like, oh, "I got to be supportive and go look," and it was like this table that I don't know how I can't remember how it was used in the house, but it has these doors that open up, and it's kind of like, oh, you know, we can use that for like I didn't at the time. I didn't have a side table on my side of the bed. You know, I was using like the dog crate and the floor and everything. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere to put your pregnancy pillow.
Right. So I was like, oh, I could use this as a side table thing. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll get a decent price. It's interesting. We'll do it. Let's do it. So, of course, get it and have to carry it out. It's not the lightest thing in the world. And this is at a time when Michelle was on her cart, so she couldn't really help me.
Oh yeah.
And we got it all done. I think it was at least. Anyway, that's my excuse for her not helping. And then we got it into the house. It turns out it wouldn't really fit. The doors would just not be able to open on my side of the bed. So now Michelle has it as her side table, and I got her old side table, which it's a lot better actually than having this thing. But it is what it is. Anyhow, those people who may or may not be dead, and whose furniture I do have some of, they moved on. And the one thing about their house, they had this tree. I don't even know what kind of trees these are. We'll have to post a picture of this type of tree. But it's the coolest looking tree you've ever seen. It is like this evergreen. It is a tropical evergreen of some sort. I don't know how else to describe it.
Okay.
Something that looks like it was born out of a Lego set. And yeah, you know how like Lego trees look? Like they have like yeah, it's so cool looking. And they had this beautiful specimen of one at the corner of their house in the front yard. And this new person came in, and I could tell they're like trying to take care of they're like putting their own spin on things in the yard and whatever. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. And then one day this tree's gone. My favorite tree in the neighborhood, it's gone. And I was just really just upset.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's doing with the spot. Like I don't know it's like this nice little ring where it used to be, and I don't understand.
So they cut it down and like pull the stump and everything, or was it one of those?
Yeah,
Have you seen those things that'll scoop a tree out of the ground and like move it somewhere?
Move
else?
it? No, I looked. It's not moved anywhere.
Oh,
It's gone. Right. Okay. So then, cut to a few weeks later. The same type of tree, but much younger, smaller, is back in a different part of the yard. It's for a while I was like, well, maybe they don't like that tree for some reason. Maybe they, it's just a artistic choice. I don't know. No. They liked it enough that they got a new one over on the other side of the yard. And I don't understand. I want to go up and knock on the door and say, why?
Where'd the other one go?
Wait, I would have taken it. I like that tree so much. Like, why? Where is it? It's not in the backyard. It's not anywhere. It's gone.
Maybe they got a disease.
Maybe it's where that piece of furniture used to be. Maybe it's inside. I don't know, but it's diseased. It was a beautiful tree.
Well, trees can be beautiful and have a disease in them.
I walk past it all the time and never deal with disease. It was never pointing at a neighbor's driveway. Like,
well, man,
was minding its own business, looking pretty. And but this was the moment. This was the moment where I also realized I discovered a new technique. I discovered a new technique in like a new walking through the neighborhood technique, and that spot. You remember that spot where the spot where I get, and it's right by that neighbor's house. It's right by their house, same spot, and I have to cross from the median area, the It's a Wonderful Life median type of situation, and I have to cross over, and there's a stop sign there, but the traffic that comes roaring up the road, which it shouldn't, because it's 25 miles an hour zone, people, and they might crush me if I walk where I need to cross, and it's only like 10 feet I need to go. It's like tiny little street. Stop driving fast, tiny little street, and I just have to cross a little bit, and I wait. And then he gets in this weird situation where they're waving me on, and I'm like, God, just go. Just
go, yeah.
Because I don't want the pressure of walking too fast. Like, don't put that kind of pressure on me.
Right.
You're faster than I am. You want to do a rolling stop anyway. Just go.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't even give me they would just barrel me over. They just drive right on over me, right? So I'm just going to stop, okay? But then you end up waving. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go. I'm like, and then you go, and the other person starts going like, wait, what are you doing?
Right, yeah.
So I hate that situation. So the technique that I learned was to look past the car.
Okay.
So when they come, it works every single time. So when you come up to the spot as the car is approaching, I don't walk all the way up to the edge. I stay about 3 feet back, 3 or 4 feet back, and I look past the car.
Like in what direction though?
Like past, so they're like
toward the back of their car, kind of, or
beyond the back of their car.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So clearly not making eye contact with them. Looking off. I want to look as if I am engaged in something else.
Okay.
And I'm stepping far enough back that they know that I'm not going to walk out in front of them. I'm planted and I'm looking in that direction, and every time it works. Every single time. I don't know what it is. It's some universal body language thing that I've discovered, and I'm going to patent it, and you're welcome.
And when you say it works, it means that they stop for you to go.
No. They go. They just
go.
I see.
Yeah.
It gives them permission to go. Like, I'm not even going to recognize that you exist. You can't even give me the opportunity to go, because maybe they're standing. Maybe some people are sitting there waving at me ridiculously.
But you don't see them, and they give up.
Because I'm looking past the car. I'm looking past the car. I'm not even going to acknowledge your existence.
Like you've gotten interested in this other thing that has made it to where crossing the street right now is not a priority.
Yep.
And they're like, well, I'll just go because I'll be waiting on him to notice that he should go.
And I'm sure the thing, this guy's not even paying attention.
Right, yeah.
Let him go.
But whatever it takes, right?
I'm paying so much attention that I'm pretending you don't exist.
You've come up with this technique.
Just to actually give you the right of way.
Right.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And I wish the neighbor knew this. I wish they knew that I did this kind of thing.
This is the kind of
I'm the guy that picks up turtles and moves them out of the street.
Absolutely.
I'm the kind of guy who runs home when that dog was loose and grabs a leash and a thing of water to make sure it's okay. I'm that guy.
You're the one that frets over the snail that you stepped on.
Oh my God! What are you talking about? Don't bring that up. Why'd you?
Sorry. I mean,
Sad. It's so sad. So I yeah. Anyway, that. No, I'm really out of sorts about this neighbor. I don't know. It's really bothering me.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely
Yeah. It's like I'm like
a
because I don't want
quandary.
to. I just don't want to be. I don't want them to like. I'm in a box now. I'm in like hey, he's
Yeah,
in that box and he is a jerk.
you got a label and you got to work. You got to work
Yep.
to get it replaced with something better.
Or not. I don't know. Maybe he's a jerk.
That's true. Maybe he is. I mean, that was kind of
Unless he's
like for
listening.
him to look at you that way after all of
Yeah.
that. That seems a little harsh.
I mean, maybe I'm projecting. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was looking at me like, oh, he's a fine-looking gentleman.
Maybe he was
I don't know.
going. Somebody needs to cut that tree.
He's thinking like, why? Why are you leaving that tree like that? What's wrong with you? Cut that tree. I can't. It's not my tree. It's not my tree. Wait. Oh, that was funny. I came across the picture that you sent of the of, of the depressed brake pedal thing.
Oh, that.
But I also I saw your note where you said all you sent me was the app.
Oh, yes. So
What's
I've
that?
forgotten what the name of it is. Hang on, let me look at it. I need my glasses here. Took them off and everything. What's it called? Yes. Okay. So I have been deciding, or in a state of quandary over whether
Okay.
or not I should
Oh, no.
essentially ruin your life by telling you of the existence of this app. And it's not a
Wait,
game that
are
you'll
you
get.
ruining my life or ruining Michelle's life or
No, well, probably some collateral damage with Michelle too.
Does-
It's
does
not
it
a
involve
game
a
that you would get.
Yeti?
It does not. It does not.
Okay.
In fact, it's
Oh,
called
no.
Life Kitchen. And
Wait.
what it is that because of the sunshine laws in this state, a company has been able to compile all of the restaurants around here and their Department of Health scores. And you can
No.
look at the health scores of every restaurant around here, see who's got an A, who's got a C plus, who's got an F. And I know that's going to be something that's...
Is this just Florida?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's just for restaurants in Florida.
Come on.
And it's called Life Kitchen. And it's...
I thought you were going to tell me it was like some app where you could make life in a kitchen. Like you could like combine chemicals and stuff to create life. I don't know.
No, you can make
Like
butter.
Life Kitchen. You can make Oh my gosh. Okay. For whatever reason, when you type in Life Kitchen, the first result, I guess the paid result, is the Weather Channel. Because
That's bizarre.
why not?
What?
Oh yeah.
What
Life
did they
Kitchen-
What did they
Life
buy?
Kitchen
Like what
Florida.
term?
Wonder, you think there's Life Kitchen California or something? Let's see. Let's just look. California. Is it just Life Kitchen Florida?
Yeah, it's
Oh
got
no!
a-
If you put in Life Kitchen California, you get truck driver power. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like looking at some of these, man, like there's some places close to my house that I shan't be going to.
But does it
Because-
revise it, or is this like from 1987? They got this health.
No, as far as I
violation?
know, these are the most recent. I looked it up.
Keep in
and-
mind, in San Francisco, they post this on the restaurants. Like
well,
it's on
all
the
of them
door,
here
on
do
the
too. But
Oh, they do?
Yeah, you have to. But
Conspicuously, I don't remember ever seeing them.
well, that's the thing is like I think it's supposed to be, supposedly.
I've never seen one.
But think about that though is like by the time you're in the restaurant where you would be able to see this thing, you're already in the restaurant. And I mean, yeah, you could go oop and turn around and walk out, but I mean, it's a lot better to be like, hey, let's go to this place. And you look it up and you're like,
Oh.
oh, hey, let's not. Because not
Hey,
only
what?
does it tell you the score that they
Wendy's has
have,
because Wendy's has an A.
it's all of the big chains have A's. I guess they are in like some serious
You know what? You know why? You know
procedures and
you know,
stuff.
it's right. It's because it's. I was going to say regulated. It's not the regulated. It's the standardized.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It processes everything. Processes everything. You follow the process,
Absolutely.
people. It keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah,
Keeps
and
you
it's
out of
mainly
trouble.
due to storage of food. Like there's a plenty of. That's the thing is that it doesn't only just give you the score. It gives you like why they got that score.
So
Like
you can hit the bad ones. You go the 160 or below.
Yeah,
And
like
this is
employees
not
switched from working with raw food to ready to eat food without washing hands. Kitchen employee touched raw fish, then handled ready to eat chicken. Raw animal foods
No,
not
not
properly
this place.
separated from each other in holding unit based on minimum required cooking temperature. Raw beef over raw pork. Walk-in cooler.
Oh, wait, this is a different one. Okay, I thought it was this other. I'm not going to say any of the names of these places, but
Yeah, that place that we've talked about actually has a pretty bad score.
Oh wow. Well, this is a rabbit hole I'm going to be going down.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know if I should tell Jason about this or not.
Yeah. You know, Emily's gonna be like, I can't believe you told Jason about that app.
And
he's
like
he's already uptight enough. Like
no,
now
she
he's
was
gonna.
the one
now
that
he's
was
gonna-
like, you should tell Jason about that.
Yeah, God bless her.
I was like, I don't know.
Have you met Jason?
That might trigger some things. Or, God forbid his favorite restaurant is on there with a D.
I mean, those are things you need to know.
Yeah, it is. And so that was the other thing. That's why it was something I was weighing the pros and cons of bringing this to your attention. But yeah, it's got Rose and Crown and all that stuff. Like the theme park restaurants are in there too.
Oh, really? It does?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't. Okay. All right.
You need to stop insisting that it doesn't, because it does.
It does.
There you go. See?
They're all good though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, one would expect.
Yeah, look at that. Wait, are you telling me that Disney gets inspected?
Yeah.
There's
Turns out.
apparently. Perish the thought.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Weird, right?
I guess we don't need to pass that law.
I guess not. A friggin' transportation thing.
Idiot. Sorry. My color's showing through. My color's showing through.
Oh, no.
So, I totally lost my. Anyway, this is too good. This is kind of related to the grocery store, kind of maybe not at all actually, and related to the milk, but it's not at all related. I'm just trying to make it related so it doesn't. But I know that was like 16 minutes ago, so now it doesn't matter anyway.
Random segue.
Well, I don't even remember the context. I think I was driving down the road and I saw this truck, and on the side of the
liquid truck,
it's fluid truck.
Fluid truck.
That was the name of it, and I didn't.
I saw one of those.
You did?
Yeah, just the other day, because I was like, oh, that's the thing that Jason was talking about. Because I bought a thing to check out a problem that I am having with some audio over here, and
Thank God it's an audio.
Yeah, well, and I wanted to return it to Amazon because it was the part that I tried to replace to fix the problem didn't fix the problem, so I'm going to send back the part. And I found a place to return it, and you can return it at those Amazon lockers. Like you can just go to one of those lockers and return it.
Never used one of those.
Well, this is the first time I'd used one, and I'd only used it to return this thing. But they're great. I mean, I've always thought that if I needed something shipped to me while I'm on a trip or something, that would be really.
So wait,
handy.
you needed a thing for fixing audio, so
Right.
you ordered it, didn't need it, and you returned it to
exactly. And so
returned it to a locker.
Return it to a locker because I don't, like yourself, I am not thrilled with talking to people I don't have to. And
I'm surprised you went that far to go to. I would just come pick it up.
I would drive. Well, you got to pay for it for them to come and pick it up.
Oh, depending on the reason you're sending it back, yeah.
Right. And so when I decided to go to the locker, so I'm driving out there, and it's like down. What's that? It's that street that's one north of Colonial. It's like White something street. And it goes through like
course it
Ocoee and on out to the east. Well, anyway, I'm on that street going out to the turns out I'm going to the
Here's White
Amazon
Trash
hub.
Road.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm going to that Amazon hub that's out there. I didn't realize that was where this was. But there's this giant super duper Amazon. Like that's why
Amazon
they're able
hub
to.
is not a nursery.
No, and it's why they're able to
Get stuff to
deliver some stuff same day, which is still weird to me. But yeah, like on my way out there, this van, this thing that looks kind of like a church bus, but it's got no windows on the side of it, and it says fluid truck on it, like as the company, I guess, that it's representing.
I just looked,
and there's nothing else on it.
It's just a fluid, right? Apparently it is. It's commercial fleet rentals made simple. Get instant access to cargo vans, pickup trucks, moving trucks, and more. 24/7-365. I feel like that's a math formula. Like 24/7. You need parentheses there, people. 24, because you want to do your division. Like, it's like otherwise it's not clear. What do you do first, right? You don't want people.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
you got to use PIMDAS, right? It's.
So they rent trucks, vans, electric vehicles, more on demand.
Vehicles.
I
wonder what electric vehicles you can rent.
24/7/360. Now it's different division through the Fluid Truck app. I don't understand. Like, who's sitting around their dining room table and they said, "What are we going to call this, guys?"
Yeah, fluid truck.
Fluid truck.
That sounds like some like hospital waste disposal or something.
I'm clicking to find a vehicle. Do I want to allow it to use my location?
Yeah, it's just so that you'll be able to see locations.
I hit no. I don't know why I hit no, but it did it anyway. It knows anyway. I don't know where it thinks I live.
Well, your IP address probably gives that.
Oh no, it totally thinks it totally. Yeah. Oh, there's like, okay, hold on. There's a lot near. No, there's not. That's downtown Orlando. Are there any out here? Let's search this area. So I'm in Horizon West area, Windermere, Dr. Phillips, Lake. Then there's nothing. I just see 1654 here. Oh, there's a lot there. 55 down. Oh, Casa Vieja. Hello, you got a lot of things. 54.
There's probably one in.
Why are they all over?
East of Ocoee.
It keeps taking me closer, as if they're like these scooters or something. Like you can just go pick one up off the corner.
Yeah.
It keeps taking me closer and closer. No, stop. Just give me all the things. Here's 48 here. What is this?
Yeah, I like
Ford,
commercial rental. It seems
2021 Ford Transit T250 medium roof. It's a van.
Roof?
Yeah, 15 estimated total $15. What do you mean $15? What does that mean?
Estimated based on what?
I
15
can,
a day.
Percy.
Well, screw you, Hall. Then
Percy is the owner. I have to message, or the lender. Sorry, not the owner, the lender.
Weird.
2021 Ford Transit medium roof cargo van, 250 automatic transmission, 3.5 liter engine, V6 Cyclone, 315.2 cubic feet cargo area. That's all one sentence. Medium roof with 129.9 inch wheelbase. Why couldn't you just say 130?
Well,
capable of moving. Okay, ready? Here's where it gets technical.
Okay.
Capable of moving big stuff.
You took the wheelbase to one decimal point, but the cargo area is sufficient for big stuff.
Exterior roof clearance is 99.1 inches. Really? Backup camera. That's all. Just backup camera. All-wheel drive. AC. Perfect for moving. Is it perfect for moving? Grabbing stuff from Home Depot, or whatever you need to do. Or whatever you need.
Whatever you need to do.
Does it come with a mattress and a pregnancy pillow? Because if so, I'm in. Like, what do you mean? Whatever I need to do? Does it have like?
If I need to rearrange my
carpeted
bookshelf,
walls?
it's not going to do that.
And a disco ball.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was whatever you need to do, not whoever you need to do.
So, is this like people's personal things, and you can just? This is where they live.
Yeah, I can't figure that out. I mean, the trucks, obviously we've both seen one and they have the logos on them, so it's not like a what's that? There's like an Airbnb for cars, and I can't remember what it's
And
called.
Percy has another one.
Oh, good.
It's another 350.
Percy's on the job.
Automatic transmission, length, yada yada, all those things between wheel well, load floor. We got a load floor height measurement, cargo area measurement, perfect for moving, grabbing stuff from Home Depot or Lowe's. This one, okay, this one
Or
goes
Lowe's.
to Lowe's.
Now this one will go to Lowe's.
Right, this one goes to Lowe's too. Picking up large furniture or whatever you need to do.
Or whatever you need to do.
This is an awesome van. He says that next. Like, I feel like, how's the other van feeling now, Percy? That's not so nice.
Yeah.
This is an awesome
the other
van.
van.
And then it says
not
no
described as
smoking.
Awesome.
So the other one must allow smoking.
Oh, that's why it's not awesome.
24/7 availability managed by the Fluid app. I feel like we have to rent one of these now, Marcus.
Just to have the experience of going through the
We have
Fluid
to have
app?
the Fluid van experience, like the Fluid truck.
Have the
whatever.
Fluid truck experience.
I'm really worried
That's
that
gross.
they call
That's
it
not-
Fluid truck for a different reason. No, I don't know. I want to know. I think. And I don't understand what they mean by $12. Is that $12 an hour?
Or in general, just whatever you need
Honestly,
to do, $12.
Estimated total $12.
But
I
like
can click
honestly, if
reserve.
they
I
are
can hit
big,
Here it
things-
is. Here it is.
What?
Pick up night. I can pick it up tonight at 9 p.m. You know what? Here's a red flag, folks. If you need the van for an hour,
At 9 p.m.
I could really freak him out. Why don't I freak him out? I could like put in. Can I put in? Oh, wait, why can't I select my dates? Because I want to put in like 2 a.m. Like I'm picking it up at 2 a.m.
for 15 minutes.
Okay, Percy. If I don't keep it the whole hour, can I? Do I have to pay the whole thing?
Are we supposed to clean these?
Do you pay me? Right. Reservation $12. Booking fee $1.20. A refundable deposit of $150. So
In case you blow it up or something.
$150. Okay, I'd
Yeah,
like
whatever.
to. I would just not bring it back. Like he'd be like, "Hey, Jason, where's the truck? Oh, it's right under the tree." And
It's in like a pocket.
like, you're supposed to return it. Like, no, just $150. Take it. I'm not coming back there. It's a pain to go
$150
downtown Orlando. I'm not doing. No, I'm not. You can come get it for $150. You can come get it. Sorry, Percy. And then it says fluid protection plans, $6.
Protect your fluids.
And that is $1 million in liability coverage, $500 damage deductible. What are you doing with these vans? And then
but this does seem like much better than like U-Haul.
I guess.
I just had to rent a U-Haul because we got the rest of the stuff out of our storage unit, and I just wanted the U-Haul truck for like 4 hours. Not even that. We ended up using it maybe for 2, but the garbage I had to go through just to pick it up. Like I tried to do it through they sent you an email, and I was like, well, let me do just online pickup. Like I don't have to go in and talk to the guy. I just pick it up. And then it was like pre-check in, so you can get all this stuff done and you don't have to do it on the day of. And I was like, okay, I did that. And I put in all my information and all this stuff. And then the day of, it was like, okay, looks like you did your pre-check-in. So now you just need to fill out this form and send us a picture of the front and the back of your driver's license. And like all this crap that I could have done a long time ago, but for whatever reason I didn't. And the thing is, they wanted to scan that weird barcode on the back of your driver's license, and the scanner didn't work. Of course it didn't work. And so, after wrestling with that for we were sitting in the parking lot of this U-Haul place for no kidding, like 25 minutes while I'm trying to get this damn easy, get it and go check-in method to friggin' work. And it was awful. It was stupid. And it's, God. And so something like this, where they've started with the whole app thing, it's got to be better than that. And it sounds like the prices are better. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if Percy has a star rating.
I don't really know what I'm getting into.
How's Percy?
Yeah, it's good for whatever you need to do. It's good for whatever you need to do.
We got a hose. It's cool.
I got What's the level? First, I just want to know, like, what level of coverage do I need so you don't ask any questions?
Right. that's the concierge
Like, I don't want to
service.
bringing this back. I don't want to bring this back, and you're like, what did you do with this? Nope. No, Percy. I got the fluid premium.
Yeah.
Come on. Hold your fluid.
Ew.
No, it's gross. You know what else is gross?
What's that?
I feel like we're spending a lot of time around my mailbox tonight. Birds are jerks.
Oh man.
You know, like they're just jerks, and they're jerks to each other.
Yeah.
They're jerks to people. They're jerks to other. They're just jerks. And some birds are more jerky than other birds.
That's true. That's true.
I'll give you an example though. Mm-hmm. I'm coming back from my walk, and it's hot. It's hot. I think I was coming back from my walk. Anyway, not important. And I see this bird fly down and land on my mailbox. It lands on the mailbox, and it poops. It lands on the mailbox and it poops. It had the entire world
staring at you.
It had the entire world to poop on.
That's a power move right there.
It lands on the mailbox. Not just lands on the mailbox and poops. It poops right on the handle part where you open the mailbox door. The little thingy.
Oh, you're going to get the mail, huh?
Like, why? And then he poops and he takes off. He literally
That's
just treated the mailbox like a bathroom. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe the mailbox is hot, and so it wasn't until he landed on the mailbox that it made him poop. But then I'm thinking, no, he's a bird. He knows mailboxes are hot. He learns this. It's not a new thing. It's the summer in Florida or whatever season. Doesn't matter.
Everything he's landed on today has probably been hot.
Right. It was just a weird, like, why? And it's like when you come out. Well, you don't because you garage your car, but if you don't, and you like. You're one car next to another car, and one car has got, it just looks like it like poop like poop bombs all over it, right? Mm. Another car perfectly clean, no problems. Right. How do you explain that other than spite? Like birds are just saying, you know what? This guy. You know what? Mm-hmm. Oh, he thinks he's a nice clean white car? Nope.
Come on, boys.
Let's go, T-birds.
Everybody eat a lot of seed.
Purple. Everybody eat the purple seeds. Purple seeds. Yes, there we go. Okay.
Land on that mailbox to get you going good.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Go
ahead.
No,
you go. No, you go.
Well, we put birds. Emily wants to put bird seed in a little bird feeder on our thing.
Don't do it.
Apparently, birds just aren't around here. They just don't. They don't come by. We haven't seen a one. We've got a hummingbird feeder and a bird feeder out there, and nothing. Birds
Maybe it's not
apparently
the seed they like.
Well, that's what I was wondering. But it's bird seed. I mean, it's a mix. So there's a lot of different ones in there.
It's like a challenge now.
Yeah, and it's like, and I saw a cardinal like flying around in here not too long ago, not in the house, but like in this area, and so I was figuring, well, maybe he saw the bird seed and he's going to go off and tell the other cardinals, hey, there's some bird seed over there. Nope.
Maybe it's the heat and the electric hum from your neighbor's house that is causing the.
It could be.
Like there's a magnetic field that's like generated around your complex, and so now it's like they can't even fly into that area. It's like
friggin' swan over there.
My eyes.
The lost hatch.
Can you say, Charlie? Can you still see me? Can you see me? Am I here? Okay. It's the lost hatch, exactly. The music starts playing. I don't really want to get into this fully I got a new car since you know that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know that.
I think you mentioned it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about it much, other than I got it a while ago in August, and it's now May, and I haven't gotten the oil change because I was waiting for it to tell me that I need to get the oil change.
Mm.
Because I've had Honda. This is an Acura now, which I made a mistake, but we won't go there. And this is in Honda. Hondas, you could drive them 10,000 miles. The newer ones,
Yeah.
it's great. And this one, I mean, around here, as much as I drive, I could drive for 2 years and maybe not get to 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
And that's how little
Yeah.
I drive right now. So, but it gives me that little warning thing that says oil life 15%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm figuring, okay, 15%, that doesn't seem real low. Like 15% out of 100. I mean, that's lower than 100, obviously, right? But
Yeah.
I remember just like a month in, it was reporting when I checked the thing. It was 85%. Like, really? Already?
Mm-hmm.
And so now to be at 15% this far in, like, okay, that's probably about right. But how long did it take me to get to here? It doesn't feel like I'm going to be at 0% tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it took us this long to get to 15%. I probably got a good, I don't know, whatever.
Maybe a month.
Month? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? But this thing now has raised the level of DEFCON to, like, every time I start the car now, every single time, it doesn't do it immediately. It waits until I've driven about 30 seconds, and then it's like, dong, like right on the instrument panel, like oil life 15%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I get it. I have to dismiss it. Why every time? It's not like the air pressure in the tires is low. It's not like I'm about to run out of fuel. I've got 15%. I've had 50. Guess what? It's been at 15% for 2 weeks, people.
So now I'm worried that there is no other display option than 15%. That they consider that
You
to
think
be
it just goes to
change your oil now.
15% and then 0.
Yeah, that
like,
that 15 is not interactive in any way. It's
caution,
just,
cliff approaching, cliff.
Right. It's sort of like it's saying time to change your oil, and it's saying it in this. Now, don't panic.
Tell me that.
But
now I'm opening my app. I'm looking.
Well, I not well. You know that I haven't.
There's my maintenance minder
for like 3 years now.
Yeah,
but,
your car doesn't take oil. I know.
But I always had that feeling, right? That it was like I always went by the little sticker that they put in there at the Jiffy Lube or whatever. I just kind of went to that, and it would be like I'll do that plus 30%. Because I'm not coming back when they say to come back, because that's a scam. There's no way you need it that soon.
Right.
But the when I look at that and I'm going, all right, well, I'll add 30-35% to that, and then start thinking about coming in. But I've never had a car like I remember, and I don't know that I've had a gas car since maybe my Nissan truck was like this, but up to that point,
you had a Nissan
all
truck.
of my but I had a Nissan Frontier before the Tesla, but I was always sort of told that as soon as if the oil light comes on, like it doesn't say oil life 15%, it was just an oil light would come on and be like, you're screwed. That like by the time that light comes on, it's like almost too late. You can't just like it's
this isn't the oil. This isn't like the there's a problem oil low light. This is just telling me it's getting ahead and saying, hey, you're driven enough time or for a long time, or I don't know. Why don't you use those? If it's miles, then tell me how many miles I have left.
Well, that's
if
the thing.
Days,
it's always
tell me how many
both,
days I have left.
They always say like every 6 months or 6,000 miles or whatever, and it's like,
that's
which
baloney.
one do you Yeah.
Right.
Because it
Don't
can't
be
be
mean.
both.
Can't be.
Like
What if I sit in the driveway for 6
exactly.
months?
If you don't drive it at all and it's in there for 6 months,
You can't
it's
tell me I
not.
have to change it.
Yeah.
Maybe I
I mean,
need to
the
shake it
oil
up like the
didn't like
milk
get
a little bit or something, but I don't have to.
gummed up in there or whatever.
But it's not like you have a butter plug going on.
No, it is not. Warning: oil
Right.
has butter plugged.
Mmm.
No, that's good oil.
Touch it. Touch it. Uh. Anyway, that's all. I'm not going to talk about the car. It's a disappointment. It can't hear me right now.
Oh,
So
yeah. You don't want to make it feel bad.
yeah. I don't,
That's a shame. Because it's one of
It's-
those things where it's like you're stuck with this car now for.
I've looked at ways to try to like maybe like can I just take it back? No. Can I just sell it? I'm going to eat the money on it then. Because I have to wait. I have to wait enough time for it to catch up. Like the depreciation. It's accelerated depreciation at first, right? Like they use like 10 grand. As soon as you leave the lot, like 10 grand
Yeah.
somehow is less value. But if you wait like a year or two at the most, like now you get to that sweet spot where it's like, oh, maybe I actually can get the same amount of money as what, you know what I mean? Like the Accord that I still own, but Alex has now, that baby, she's worth a lot still.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that
lot.
Nissan Frontier that I had was like that. It just kept its value a lot more than like other. Like if I had gotten the big truck, the Nissan Titan, it would not have kept its value as much.
I miss that car. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by this thermostat. I'm trying to like. I feel like, you know how I feel about Roombas right now. Like it's just
Yes.
there's like they've made no improvement. Like somehow they charge like $7 million, and then like, but we've done these two things since 1997.
Right.
Like microwaves.
Yeah. There's no new technology for microwaves.
But somehow, if you go to Amazon, you go to buy a new microwave, which I did, like to replace our little dinky microwave that broke because we like to have a second microwave. We didn't know we really needed a second microwave until we didn't have the dinky second microwave, and then. But I digress.
Interesting.
But I challenge you to go online, try to buy a like a small countertop microwave for less than like $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why? Why can't? Well, they should be paying us to take them. Like, what has the technology has not changed? Like a television, I get. I tell like the television. Like you buy a brand new television, nice like OLED, whatever. You're going to spend a lot of money on this thing. But in 4 or 5 years, that same television is going to be half as expensive. Yeah. And then 10 years later, you may not even be able to find that television anymore.
Right, because it's so low tech.
People be the thing that people leave out on the street corner for the bulk trash pickup to pick up, right? They leave it in the rain, people, right? This thing that cost $3,000, 8 years later, people are leaving it in the rain.
Yeah.
Okay. Microwaves. Somehow microwaves they still cost. They've kept up from a cost standpoint, even though nothing has changed. It's not like advanced technology. There's no new feature. Just it's the same thing.
I'm wondering if the thing that generates the microwaves is simply just cost of materials has to cost that much.
Okay.
Like there's that much copper in it or whatever.
Okay, let's assume that's true. Then how is it possible that, like, how much do you think a microwave cost in 1985?
Oh, a butt ton.
Okay, 1995.
All right, not much. Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly.
However much they're costing now. Yeah.
But at some point, there was like, okay, now lock in, guys.
I think that was the technology depreciation part. It's like the control mechanisms or whatever is in it. That all got streamlined the way the TVs do. But I got to think that whatever it is that's pumping out that radiation is just a thing that has to cost that much. I think it's a
scam. I think they've just decided, like, you know what, this is how much people are willing to pay. There's no reason for us to go less than this because we know they're willing to pay this. And there you go. Just like no one's willing to pay $2,000 for a microwave. Like no one's making a $2,000 microwave. No bedazzled, bejeweled microwave. It's going to cost. Okay, maybe somebody. Maybe
They
there's like
do
a
have
Japanese
those.
microwave.
They've got ones that are combination microwaves and like convection ovens or something. I think.
Yeah, they have those.
I
They've
mean,
had those for a while.
that's pretty. Yeah, it's kind of like
Those have even been around
that.
in the
Almost
80s.
like heralds the end of the microwave. It's because it's like when there was that brief period of time where they made players that would play both VHS and DVDs, and it's like that pretty much told you that VHS is on its way out.
So
you start combining technology with another technology that's newer. It's like, uh-oh.
like the 8-track sitting next to the cassette. Like,
right. So now you got 8-track cassette, converters and stuff.
Well, where I was going with this is that is the Nest thermostat
Yes.
is like I feel like it has all this potential being part of the Internet of Things and knowing what the weather's like where you live and keeping records of how long it takes your house to get, like it knows, like if I change the temperature, it'll say, oh, okay, it'll reach this temperature in 25 minutes or whatever.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. It's not so smart to know that, okay, he keeps changing it to this. So why don't we start like actually making it that? Instead, it figures out like it takes that one time that I did that one thing and then decides, oh, he did that one time. Let's make it happen forever. But the thing that he does every night, let's just pretend that's not a thing he wants to ever happen again. Like, why? And why is it? And this is the thing that really drives me crazy. There's no setting. There's nothing you can do about this. When you are staring at it, and I sent you a picture of this, where the ring, it says, you can see it says heat. Here's the heat, and here's cool. And the cool temperature, the cool temperature is set to 74. And the temperature, it gives you the temperature. It's reading the temperature that it currently is 75. But it's not running. It's decided, it's practically 74. I mean, I get so, it's like, I'm sure he meant like in the range of 74. Like, it's fine.
Oh.
Right? Like why don't you get to 75? That's not 74 anymore. Now you need to run. Run until, you know what? In fact, run until you're 73. And then let it drift into 74 for a bit. But by golly, when he gets to 75, okie dokie, we're going to go back to 74. Why is it not a setting that I can control? Why do I have to, so then I have to, this is what I have to do. I have to go over and I have to just jimmy it down a little bit, like to the low end of 74.
Right.
Maybe even nudging into 73. Aha! It kicks on. Okay, back to 74, and it's still running.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. That's that's the weird thing, right?
Who do
is
I
because
complain to?
kind of like you said, if you set it to a specific temperature and it takes you to that temperature and stops once it gets to that temperature, it will have to kick on again in like 5 minutes because it's going to go one way or the other after that. So it has to do, like you said, go past 74 into 73 because otherwise it's going to be just on and off and on and off and on and off all the time. And that clearly doesn't happen.
So do I need to just start, do I need to start just setting it like 1 degree cooler than I actually want it? Because then I could maybe I'll be freezing.
I don't know. Like
I don't know what to
we've
do.
got
It's just
a situation where like we've got 3 nests one on each floor, but they all are connected to this. Like it's supposed to be zone, but it's not. And so like if it's hot in my office which it usually is, then the air conditioner will come on, even if it's fine upstairs. Air is still coming out upstairs.
Yes, right.
And it's like frustrating as hell. But yeah, you do the thing where you've got it set for dual mode or whatever, where it's like you got the heat mode and the cool. Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I've never been comfortable with that. I don't know
Like, I don't
why.
trust it.
Yeah, I kind of don't.
I don't
I
trust
don't
you.
know
Like,
why, but I'm like,
well,
nah, I'm not giving up
so
that much control.
so my mother's thermostat, she has a Nest as well, of course, and I can't. She has the capability of having it set to both modes, right? To cool and to heat. And so there are some times in the year where it does need to be at that because it will get cold at
Yeah,
night,
no,
and
that's
then
true.
but then it'll climb into the 80s during the day. It's weird, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't. It's not a lot of days, but it's enough. Uh, but I can't have hers do that because when you have it set that way, you have to turn it. Like if you want to adjust the cooling temperature, you have to turn it to the right and then engage it, like click it, and then change that temperature. And the heat is the opposite. You have to turn to the left,
yeah,
engage the heat, and that's too much.
yeah, yeah.
So because so what you'll end up doing, the funniest thing is like she's too hot. I was like, it's so hot. So then she just turns it down to the right. I'm sorry, to the left. So which now that means that she's just turned the heat down
Right.
to like 50 degrees, which is how I will discover it when she'll send me a text. I need you to adjust something because she knows I can get adjusted from afar. I need you
Right.
to adjust something. And then I'll look at the app like, okay, it's not getting cool. It's because you turned the heat down to 50. That's why.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So of course in my life now I have to also like during those periods of the year I have to log in and look and see like, okay, I need to switch it over. I'm switching to heat mode in the morning, switching it back.
Well, do you not set up like a schedule?
No, you do
In
have. I
your
do,
app?
but it won't. It
Uh,
won't switch to. It
it
won't
won't switch
switch off
modes.
heat to air conditioning on its own,
Yeah,
unless it's in that dual purpose mode. But I can't
yeah,
have hers in the dual purpose mode because
yeah.
yeah, it's a
Modern
thing.
technology.
It's a whole. I just don't know why they do that. Anyway, I know we're going long here, but I got two more things. I don't know if you have anything else. Oh, I have three more things. One of which has to be discussed. One of which should be discussed. One of which could probably be. It's probably just mean, so we almost need to discuss it.
Yeah.
Well, I sent this to you a long time. Like people who, I just have this thing. People who blur the background of their Zoom
Oh yeah,
in
I wanted
meetings.
to hear your thing about
I don't
this.
trust them.
You don't trust them. You don't know what
No,
like. There could be
okay,
some
they're
like
not as
crazy
bad
stuff
as
in
the
their room.
people. Like I was in this meeting yesterday where this voice just came out of nowhere, and then I realized it's because I had toggled the feature to hide non-video participants. So there's this person I didn't even know was in the meeting. Thank goodness I didn't like say anything bad about them because I had lots of opportunity to, and they didn't say, they just spoke up like, oh, what's going on? And then I realized like, oh, it's because they have their video off. And I'm like, you know what? Everyone else in the meetings here on video, you should not even belong. You don't even you're not here. There needs to be some kind of announcement, something that says like, hey, so and so's here, but they're not going to be on camera, but I
Well,
promise they're actually paying attention. But they'll go through an entire meetings not saying a word. I don't even know that are they really even there? I don't know that they're there.
yeah, they may not be
Uh,
there. I don't
Right.
turn my video if a work meeting involves people from other companies or people outside of my department. Really, I turn my
Okay, but then what happens if they? Because I've had that happen. That just happened this week, or last week, where we were meeting with somebody. There's actually somebody with ADP, and they were using our Zoom. They usually use WebEx, but we're using our Zooms. They don't really know what they're doing anyway. So they log in, and the person I was on our side, we had our cameras off. We were just doing like the phone call version. They pop in and they turn their camera on, like, oh, God, okay, hold on. Okay, turn the camera on. Because I don't want to be like a jerk, like, oh, you know what, you fool. You're the only person here with your camera on, dummy.
well,
No, because
yeah, I
I'm,
mean,
I'm not
I'm
nice.
fine with it.
Mr. Neighbor, I'm the nice guy. I'm turning my camera on.
Look at that.
Yeah. So, but people who
You don't get credit for that.
blur, and I know there's people. I guarantee there's people listening who blur all the time, and I'm not judging you as a person. I'm judging your use of Zoom. Like, I'm more distracted. Here's the thing. I'm more distracted by the blurriness than I am of whatever's happening in the background. I guarantee it. Like, unless somebody is like running around on fire behind you, in which case you probably shouldn't be in the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
I don't know.
reason
Are you in the
skip.
locker room? Are you?
Well, that's the thing. It's like
what are you
in my
doing?
office, I have a virtual background for work that's my company's sort of
it's your
virtual
official,
background
like,
or whatever.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I had it on, like, there's a bunch of junk here from like my personal life that I don't really feel like.
But then don't point the camera at that.
Well, I considering where my
it's not like these are surprise meetings. People are like,
yeah, but I mean, I got
where you've chosen to work.
A certain number of directions I can point my camera. This is where my camera,
right. Look, if you're working in your kitchen, we all know you're in your kitchen. It's fine.
And if that was in my kitchen, I would be okay with it. I think
people
it's just
will blur
because
it
I'm
if
in
they have
here.
like their family members walking through naked or something. Like, I get it. You don't want that to be seen. Okay, fine. But you never know when that blurriness is going to trip out, and then lo and behold,
it is weird that it'll phase out in certain areas sometimes for some reason.
Somebody walks, it's going to spot a person and think they're supposed to be part of the meeting. So don't think that they're not going to get included. I'm just saying, I don't know why it's a thing. It's just a thing for me. And I actually don't complain about it at work. So I'm complaining about it here because it's my only opportunity. Okay. And there you have it. And I'll never talk about it again.
That's what this is for.
Yeah, I'll never talk about it again. I got a new notification, or I found a new setting. I don't know what it was on my phone. Apparently this is a thing. And this was something that was already on. I don't know. I thought at first it was an April 1st joke or something because it was on April 1st that I discovered it. But it's this thing that says like it has a little like person walking icon on my iPhone, and it said notifications are on. You'll receive a notification if you are at an elevated risk of falling in the next 12 months. And then the little toggle button is walking steadiness notifications.
And is that because you said it was April that it happened, so it was before your 50th birthday.
That's the thing. It was an age trigger, right? That's what I thought too. But why?
I haven't seen that.
Did it pick up on something? I didn't know that I needed that.
And I can see that being like in the watch. Like the other day, I was just kind of tripped going up the stairs, and I caught myself in my hands. And then as I got up to the stairs, my watch was like, "Hey, we noticed you just fell. You okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'm okay." And it's like, "No,
your stairs are tricky."
And it was like, "Okay, so you're okay, but does that mean that you didn't actually fall, or you did fall and you're okay?" And I'm like, "No, I did fall, but it's fine. I'm okay."
Are you sure you're okay? You're okay?
I'm like, yeah, my watch has become my grandmother all of a sudden, and no, but it's great. I mean, I think that it's pretty awesome that the technology.
But what is
exists.
it? Walking steadiness notification. What does that mean? Like now,
that's the thing. I would expect.
I already feel like I'm an unsteady walker.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is this? Like, what is it doing?
And why your phone? That's my thing. Like the motion thing would be. I could see the watch doing that, but your phone. If you're walking so unsteadily that your phone.
What kind of data I want to see. What is it doing? What is it collecting? What is it comparing me to? Like what do I need to know? What do I need to do?
Why haven't
I
seen that? Like
I don't know.
What? So that kind of implies that
steadiness. The search for walking steadiness.
Because that implies that it found something about you that made it go.
I don't know. I can't remember now how I came
for the next 12 months. So it's expecting you to be unsteady for a while.
It's a lot of pressure. And after I passed 12 months, did they not worry about it anymore? Like if you go into settings and you search, let's see, walking.
Okay, tap your pictures or initials on the top right. Walking. Health checklist.
I was in the health checklist. Okay.
Tap set up for walking steadiness notifications and then following on screen instructions.
Yeah.
So it sounds like
health.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
so maybe it is still using the watch data, but it's doing it through on your phone.
But I want to see like what is it doing? And my fall detection is only on during workouts, which I find funny because I don't really work out, so. Yeah, and it's only if I take a hard fall.
Low heart rate, high heart rate, irregular rhythm.
Yeah, ECG,
ECG.
Cardio fitness notifications.
Yeah, I got all this crap on.
Walking steadiness. Is yours on?
Uh, walking steadiness, iPhone only. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's inactive.
Oh, you better turn it on. You're at that age.
Clearly.
You're,
You're
you're,
about to start staggering, dude.
you're at that age. You might want to know. I just also want to know. Okay, is it going to alert
And it
me
says
that
if
in the
you're in
next 12 months I'm going to be
if you're at an elevated risk, like how does it know that you're at an elevated risk? Like if you are walking unsteadily,
I don't
then
know.
you're doing it. You're not at risk at doing it. You're doing it. Like
Right, so it's going to pick up on something early. Like I don't know, and it's going to be sometime in the next 12 months. Like I don't know how to read that. Is it going to stop after 12 months, or is it? It's just like it's a rolling 12 months. Like at any time, like if it looks like I'm at risk for this to start developing in the next 12 months,
or it like
do I listen to a certain type of music?
like yeah, or it's like, you know what? Every September 13th, this guy gets a little wobbly.
Right. What is that? I don't know. Like
It's
maybe
so
I have a
weird.
little teetotaler. Okay. And there's one final thing we need to talk about, and this, I feel like I'm actually going to buy this thing just to try it.
Uh-oh. What's this?
It's the airway stent.
Oh, that thing you just sent me? That looks so unpleasant.
It looks terrible, right? But and here's the thing: it says like "wake up refreshed." I guess it's for people. I don't know if it's for. I don't really even know what it's for. People who have trouble breathing at night. People who will suffocate.
It seems to be a
themselves. I don't know.
snoring thing.
But you stick this. It basically looks like a catheter up your nose, and then
And it went way in that lady's nose.
it went further than like a swab for
Like it should have been coming out the
COVID
back of her
swab,
head.
right?
Yeah.
It went up in there, and she looked so happy about it, and then she pulls
that had to
it
be like
out.
take 15 or
Then she
something.
pulls out the plastics thing, and there's this metal wire hanging out of her nose. So it looks like a metal wire. Like,
Yeah.
okay. And then she grabs the metal wire and pulls that out. And then
Yeah, that was a
something is
weird- it was
left.
like an
in the, you can
extra-
see something's in there. You're
Yeah,
like,
because
okay,
later on
what's in
she
there?
takes it out after she has supposedly
Then
woken
she-
up.
Right. Then she reaches in and grabs that thing, and it's like a giant spring that comes out of her nose.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of mesh or something.
Oh, like, how is that up there? That's like magic.
And I didn't see that on the thing when she jammed it in her nose.
I
Like,
think
where'd it come
opened
out
up.
of?
It opened up.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, the spring's open. Yeah. And I'm like, wow. Okay,
Maybe,
wait.
oh,
That's
maybe
the
it's
stent.
between. Yeah, maybe it's between. Like the first thing that she
The
stuck in
sleeve.
there is a straw that has a rod in the straw, and then between the rod and the straw is that
It's the-
stent thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I guess
Yes,
it opens up your nose.
I don't know. But dude, I'm totally trying it.
You're,
Because
you need
the only
to
thing
get
the
video
only-
of that.
The only thing that's peculiar is that for me, I remember I told you when I was COVID testing every day when Michelle and Henry had it. And I was
Yeah.
like, sure I was going to get it, which I didn't get it. I was testing every day. And I swear there was no better way to wake up in the morning than a COVID
Than
test.
jamming
And
that
by
swab.
better, I mean like it will wake you up faster than
That I do not doubt.
anything else. You don't need coffee. You don't need nothing. You just COVID test in the morning. Little swab. It's impossible to be sleepy after you've stuck a swab into your brain via your nose.
I don't doubt that at all. God, I
Which
hate
reminds me of
those
that other
things.
thing. We didn't even talk. We can't go down this path. We can't talk about the amoebas, but at some point we have to do. I mean, like,
Talk about the amoebas.
oh yeah, I messaged you about this.
Oh, with the neti pot thing.
For 10 days, I thought I was certainly going to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I've gotten like Emily has. I used it, and Emily has been like, "Don't get a brain amoeba." And
That's what my friend said, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? And sure enough, like the day before, a person in Tampa died because of this, and I'm like, oh no. Dude, I was freaking out. I freaked out. I couldn't sleep. I was worried. I was like, I told Michelle. I gave her like, hey, here are the symptoms, and if I lose consciousness, this is where you need to take me, because there's this place at Orlando Health, downtown Orlando, that they have this new test where they can actually do it in house, and in 4 hours can tell you whether you have the amoeba. Otherwise, if you take me somewhere else, they're gonna have to send it out. I could be dead by the time you get the results back.
Can they do anything about it though? Like, is there a
There's
brain
treatment, but
amoeba
You have to get at it. Yeah,
spray?
it's crazy. Like the treatment is rough apparently, and the treatment itself can almost kill you. But like it's the only thing that will save you. And I can't remember what off the top of my head it is, but um,
Mm.
it's so bad you wouldn't want to go out and like just do it. Oh, you know what? I may have been exposed. I'm going to just go ahead and do this. No, 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 because that may kill you. So, but you can't like the problem is it kills people so quickly that you now we're talking about it. It kills people so quickly that you can't like most people by the time they realize they have it, they're dead. It's
Mm-hmm.
only on like autopsy that you realize that they find like, oh, they had these brain-eating amoeba, because
Mm.
it was like the onset of symptoms is somewhere between one. It's like 1 in 5 days, 7 days, whatever. Like with a median of 5 days or something like that onset of symptoms, and then death can happen within like 3 days and 10 days with a median of 5 days. I'm like, what? So you could literally like, develop symptoms and die. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm.
Which apparently is how that happens. People just die
Yeah.
because they don't realize it. And yeah, I was really worried
Well, yeah, I
for
started
days.
like, if I was
And
going to try to do
what
like, I'd have to use filtered water or something, right? Like
it distilled or boiled. But
boiled.
boil, you have to let it cool down. Who's going to? No one
Yeah.
has time for that. But here's the data point that actually made me feel reassured. This is the one that allowed me to sleep. I found a study, of course, that showed people. The people were in this study. There were 100 people in the study, and it was a neti pot study for, I guess, to
Mm.
see if it helped for what symptoms or whatever. It had nothing to do with the amoebas, but anyway. And in this study, people were told specifically, like, use either distilled water or use boiled water. Do not use tap water. Okay.
Mm.
50% of the people in the study self-reported that they used tap water. They not only didn't they didn't like, not only didn't read the instructions, then when asked, did you follow the instructions? They no.
Like I did not.
And I thought to myself, okay, 50 people out of 100 in this study didn't die from
Right.
brain, and they like were probably doing it. They were doing it over a long period of time. I
More or
did it
less
once.
everybody that uses these things uses
The
them.
chance that I would get it after one time is probably low.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still didn't do it. I didn't. And by the way, my instructions from this whoever manufactured this neti pot, not brand name neti pot, didn't have that in the instructions. By the way,
Didn't say don't use tap
distilled
water.
water. No.
Mm.
So I told Michelle also, I know they're in China, but you try to sue them if I die.
Right. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
A post-mortem lawsuit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do not
I can
resuscitate,
tell
but do litigate.
pregnancy pill is gone, but the airway stent. Hello, airway
Might
stent.
be
This
coming
is,
in.
yeah, more
I
ways
gotta.
than one. I'm gonna spring it on you. You're gonna love it.
Yes, literally. Twang.